In this presentation, we will review some common activities around managing members and their roles. And we will introduce you to Swym communities, an important part of the platform used for team collaboration. Once a member is created, you can always adjust their roles and geolocation by activating details next to their member entry in the Members Control Center. Some roles have prerequisite roles, and you cannot assign them without also assigning the prerequisite. Conversely, you cannot remove a role from a member when that role serves as a prerequisite to another role that remains assigned. Role and license dependencies are factors in any role addition, modification, or deletion. You cannot remove the 3D swimmer role from a member unless you remove them from the platform entirely. You can unassign the license for 3D swimmer, which means the member would then have to bring that license from another platform to regain access. If they have no other source of licensing, then they are barred from entry. You cannot remove a role that has not passed the 30-day lock period. You can hover over the calendar icon to see when the role was granted and when the license itself will expire. Even if the 30-day lock period has passed, you may not be able to release the role from the member. This usually happens if the member has accessed the apps under this role within the past 2 to 3 hours from the time you're attempting role removal. In a case like this, simply advise the user not to log in for a few hours, and you can then remove their role. It would be more efficient if you temporarily remove their access to the platform until the licensed role can be removed and then reinstate their access. You can remove members from the platform immediately without waiting for licensed roles to unlock. When you remove a member this way, any licenses that are associated to them and that have not gone past the 30-day lock period will not be restored for others to use until that lock period has expired. You may instead elect to remove access to that member so that they can no longer log in while you are waiting for their licenses to unlock. This will prevent the member from logging in while still giving you visibility on their assigned license disposition. Removing a member does not remove data that they've created. It will still be available in the collaborative space it was last saved to. You may wish to consider using the Collaborative Lifecycle app to transfer ownership of data owned by inactive or removed members to an active member, but it's not strictly required to do so. In fact, it may be useful to preserve the history of data authoring beyond the time when you remove the member from the platform. You can also activate details for a specific role and see who is consuming it. From role details, you can also assign and unassign the role from members of your platform. Individual members don't have access to platform management, but can see what other roles might be available to them on the platform. These roles may contain web apps that are used in a browser window, or they may contain native apps that run in a client that is installed on the member's computer. An example of a native app is CATIA. You can allow members to make a request to the administrator for these roles. A request does not automatically grant the role. You will see the request and can choose to grant it or not. Granting new roles will lock additional licenses once the member accesses an app under the new role. You can also grant a new role to a member independent of them making a specific request for it. When performing these operations, the platform provides search and filtering tools to make it easier for you to locate a member or a role if your listings are large. Some roles work in concert with additional apps. These apps are not licensed, but may have other licensed roles associated with them. For instance, CATIA V5 integration has its own licensed role for implementing it on 3DEXPERIENCE. The CATIA V5 app provides some interface assistance for the integration, but does not require additional licensing for the add-on app. Configuring 3DEXPERIENCE for use includes other settings not yet covered by this introductory presentation series. Configuration tends to be done at the beginning of deployment and then only occasionally adjusted afterward. Managing members, roles, and collaborative spaces is an ongoing process. 3DEXPERIENCE is a business platform that can bring together all members of an enterprise from any responsibility within it. Members work from a common database and interact with the data according to their security context. Collaboration between all parties is crucial to a business and a key hallmark of 3DEXPERIENCE. One common way of collaborating on the platform is through Swym communities. On your platform, you can create and moderate your own internal communities. Members can be assigned to the community where they can ask questions or provide answers, suggest ideas, upload media of various types, and create wikis. This kind of collaboration even exists outside of your platform, with Swym communities of various types available to you in the greater Dassault ecosystem. Here, we will create a community for new member orientation, as with collaborative spaces, communities have membership and can be set to public or private. They can also be set to secret. You can determine what kind of Swym features that contributors can create in the community. In this example, we allow members of the community to submit posts and questions. Some community features can translate directly to your other 3DEXPERIENCE business apps. For instance, we-dos can percolate up to become actionable tasks that can be assigned and tracked to completion by project managers. Ideas can percolate up to become specific product requirements that can be attached to and traced through other 3DEXPERIENCE objects. You can make a community visible to external collaborators in a public or private manner, or it can be disabled so that there can be no access by those outside of your platform. Communities also have administrators and moderators who can manage the content, set rules, view statistics, and perform many other activities. Members can make requests for community creation or to elevate their privilege within an active community. Any member can view communities from the 3DEXPERIENCE top bar or by using the 3D Swym app. In the next set of introductory videos targeting member use of the platform, we'll see how members interact with this new community. Thank you for viewing this Roles Management and Swym Communities presentation. Please continue to the other videos focused on first-time member access for more introductory topics. Platform administrators are also members, after all. We also invite you to view more advanced topics on platform management that are available elsewhere on this channel.